Good morning. Now we are discussing the automobile engineering, Unit 3, transmission systems. Transmission system is the system by means of which power developed by the engine is transmitted to the road wheels to propel the vehicles. In automobiles, the power is developed by the engine, which is in turn used to turn the wheels. Therefore, the engine is to be connected to the transmission system for transmitting the power to the vehicles. Also, there should be a system by means of which engine could be engaged and disengaged with the transmission system smoothly and without shock so that the vehicle mechanism is not damaged and the passenger do not feel inconvenience. Clutch is employed in automobile for this purpose. The engine is employed in the automobiles or very high speed. Hence, a speed reduction is necessary to reduce the speed to moderate level as well as to get record high torque while moving from rest. For this purpose, the gearbox is employed in automobiles. In the various parts of our system are elaborately discussed the further topic of this unit. The motion of the crankshaft is transmitted to the gearbox through the clutch. The gearbox is consist of set of gears to change the speed according to the requirement. The motion is then transmitted to the propellers of from gearbox through the universal joint. The purpose of universal joint is to connect the two shafts at an angle from power transmissions. The power is transmitted to the differential unit through the another universal joint. Finally, the power is transmitted from differential to the wheels through the rear end. The differential unit is used to provide the relative motion between two run wheels while the vehicle is taking turn. Now, discuss one of the transmission system gearbox. Gearbox is the speed and torque changing devices. It consists of speed and torque between the engine and the driving wheels. The mechanism through which the driving torque of the engine is transmitted to the driving wheel of the vehicle involved in gearbox. Torque is not directly changed, but it can be done in the form of power using suitable devices. This is done between the engine of the automobile and the driving wheels. During this, the gear ratio varies between the engine and the rear wheels. More power is required to keep an automobile in motion when the compared to power required for keeping it rolling after starting. It means the automobile requires more power at the starting while the engine may be developing very little power. The transmission system does not turn the engine crankshaft to 4, 8 or 12 times approximately for each wheel revolutions. The reverse gear is also set for parking the car. Then, what is the necessity of transmissions? When the vehicle is running, there is a resistance opposite it. In order to keep the vehicles moving at a uniform speed, a driving force or tractive force is equal to the sum of all the opposing forces. If the tractive effort increases the total opposition resistance, the excess tractive effort will accelerate the vehicle. If the tractive effort is less than the total resistance, the excess of resistance will lower down the speed of the vehicles. When the vehicles start to move from the rest, it will need more forces or high torque at the time of starting and also for clamping, accelerating or carrying heavy loads due to the various opposing resistance. It is done for obtaining uniform speed and driving force or tractive forces. These two forces should be exactly equal to the sum of opposing forces. It can be achieved by running the engine at high speed and wheels at low speeds. After starting the vehicle, it is moving due to momentum gained by the weight of the vehicles. The same forces or torque need not required to keep the vehicle in the moving. So the speed of the wheels has to be progressively increased when the vehicle gains speed gradually. The gearbox is mainly provided for high torque at the time of starting, hill clamping, acceleration, and pulling a road. It can be achieved by set of gears which are enclosed in the gearbox and a gear changing mechanism. What is the purpose of transmissions? It helps the engine to be disengaged from the driving wheels. It helps the running engine to be connected to the driving wheels smoothly and without a shock. It provides the leverage between the engine and the driving wheels to be varied. It helps to reduce the engine speed in the ratio of 4:1 in case of passenger cars and a greater ratio in case of lorries. It helps to turning the drive road through 90 degrees. It helps the driving wheels to be driven at the different speeds. It gives the relative movement between the engine and the driving wheels due to flexing of the road springs. Then types of gearbox: manual transmission, AP gearbox, automatic gearbox. Manual transmission means there are three types, is class 3 into 3 types. Sliding mesh gearbox, constant mesh gearbox, synchronized gearbox. The first one, sliding mesh gearbox. Then sliding mesh gearbox, that is there are four gears in the automatic manual gear transmission. The sliding mesh type is the simplest constructions. And then in the simplest type of gearbox, the sliding mesh gear transmission having a 3 forward and 1 reverse speeds. There are 3 gears, 1, 6, and 5 attached to the main shaft, and 4 gears, 2, 3, 4, and 7 on the lay shaft. 2 gears on main shaft can be slid on mesh with the gears on lay shaft. Therefore, it is called a sliding mesh gearbox. The first one, a gear in neutral. When the engine is running and the clutch is engaged, the counter shaft is driven by the clutch gear. The clutch gear rotate in opposite direction to the clutch shaft. The low speed and the high speed gears are fitted on the transmission main shaft or gearbox shaft, which does not rotate. At the same time, they are not engaged with any driving gears. Therefore, there is no motion transmitted from clutch and the propeller shaft, hence the vehicle is stationary. Second one, first and low speed gears. When the gear shift moves towards direction 1 by operating the gear shift lever, the sliding gears 5 on the output shaft will be shifted forward to mesh with the low speed gear 4 on the counter shaft. The result of rotation of output shaft being transmitted in order 1, 2, 4, 5 to turn the output shaft. This gear combination is the one that produces the lowest speed from the input shaft and the lower transmissions. Then third one, second gears. When the gear shift fork is moved out toward direction 2, the second sliding gear 6 will be shifted backward to mesh with the second speed gear 3, but the 5 and the 4 are unmissed. The rotation of input shaft is transmitted in order 1, 2, 3, 6 to turn the output shaft. This is the transmission in the second speed. Then third or top gear. When the gear shift fork is moved toward direction 3, the clutch will be missed 6 and 3 are unmissed. Due to this, both the input and output shaft are coupled and rotate together. This is the transmission in the third or top speed. Then next one, reverse gear. Reverse gear, when the gear shift fork is moved towards a direction or the sliding gear 5 will be shifted backward to mesh with the reverse ideal gear 8. Then the rotation of output shaft is transmitted in order 1, 2, 7, 8, 5 to turn the output shaft in reverse direction. This is the transmission in reverse speed. The uh, even though there is no measure to allow easy missing of gears, double clutching technique must be acquired for shifting gears properly. The gears also have some disadvantages such as noisy and defects. So this type is not practically in current use. The next one, constant miss gearbox. Constant miss gearbox, all the gears are in constant miss, having dog clutches for engaging and disengaging the gears. Dog clutches are mounted on the main shaft. One is the connected between the clutch gear and the reverse gear. The blinds are provided on the main shaft. All the ideal gear, main shaft and the lay shaft gears are engaged to obtain opposite and low speed. Dog clutch can slide on the shaft axle, rotate along with it. All the gears are rigidly fixed on the counter shaft. Only reverse gears are spur gear type and all other are helical gears. First gear, the clutch of D1 is shifted to left side of the engaging 7. The power is transmitted to the gear 1, 2, 4, 7 and the dog clutch D1. The transmitter to the main shaft, hence the first gear speed is obtained. Second, in the clutch of D1 is disengaged. The dog clutch T2 is shifted to right to lock with the gear 8. Therefore, the power is transmitted from clutches of through 1, 2, 3, 8, the dog clutch T2 to the main shaft. So the main shaft rotate with the second speed of the gear speed. Third, the dog clutch T2 is moved left to engage with the gear 1 on clutch shaft. Now engine speed is directly supplied to the main shaft. This is called the top gear speed. Then reverse gear, first the clutch of T2 is disengaged, then dog clutch T2 is shifted to right to engage with the gear 6. The ideal gear causes the main shaft to rotate in the opposite directions. As compared with the sliding mistype, the constant mistype gearbox messes more readily with the gears, having less danger of damaging during missing because the gear diameter are smaller with few numbers of teeth. So this type has more defect when the compared to the synchronous type. In the necessity of double clutching is needed so that it is not used in the any largest extent. Synchronous gearbox. In the simplicity, they simplify operation changing gear without the occurrence of the classes and the consequently damages. A synchronous gearbox is used in different type of motor vehicles. The synchronous helps to synchronize the speed of the two gears to be engaged without necessary to faster running gears. Nowadays, both the helical gears and the synchronous unit are used in the car gearbox. It is used for easy and noiseless gear changing operations. The arrangement is similar to the constant miss gearbox, but it has synchronous unit instead of dog clutches. Synchronous reverses first engage the two gears into frictional contact. Once their speed attain equal or synchronous, they are engaged smoothly. Thank you.